I want to ask you, how are you feeling? Do you ever stop and ask yourself, how are you feeling? You might be feeling tired. You might be feeling bloated or irritable or grumpy, or you might not be sleeping well. You might be having a short fuse and you're snapping at everyone, and you're irritated driving down the street, and you're irritated running into the grocery store, and you're just going and going and going, and you're never giving yourself a break. And so then you are not your best self, and you're not being the person that you want to be for your family and for yourself. And you don't know where to begin because you've gotten yourself into this space where you're burning the candle at both ends and you're in triage mode, and you want to figure out how to feel better, but you don't even know what the first step might be. I have ideas that you could try today to feel a little bit better. Very simple 3 ideas that I want you to try. They might even be something that you've never even thought of before. And so I want you to hang in here with me, hang out here with me for a little bit, and let's talk about how you can feel better. My name is Steph. My background is in holistic health. I'm a healthy food chef, and I also have a background in Ayurveda. And my undergrad was in human biology. My entire life, I've always had this feeling that we can heal our bodies from the inside out with food, water, exercise, being outside in nature, and of course, getting a good night's sleep. I've just always been fascinated by our body's ability to heal. I want you to look at your holistic health with me for a moment with 4 pillars in mind. I want to talk about the food that you're eating, the rest that you're getting, the way that you're managing stress, and how much energy you have in the day. These 4 pillars are everything that holds your house up, everything that holds it all together. And if any one of them is not getting enough attention, you might not be feeling your best and have the most energy that you could possibly have and living your best life. When you look at your wellness from this holistic perspective with all 4 of them at the same time in little varying amounts, you'll get results much quicker. Because I know you've gone on a diet before, you've tried to change your food before, and you maybe felt better, and you might have lost weight, and you might have felt better in your body, but perhaps you're still struggling with stress management. Maybe the diet was stressing you out, and maybe you still weren't sleeping well, and you might have had more energy on this diet, but now the effects have kind of worn off and they're not as strong anymore, and now you're ready for a new level of wellness. I have been burnt out. I have pushed myself beyond the limits. I've had hormonal imbalances. I've had digestive issues. I've felt like terrible and not able to get up out of bed. And my hope is that I can help you not get there. I want you to try a couple of very simple things just to see if you can feel better today. Okay, number 1, I want you to choose you. Okay, now I know that might sound kind of silly, and you're like, what does that mean to even choose myself? Here's what I want you to do. I want you to look at your day, and this might be different every single day, but I do recommend trying to start in the morning with you, okay? I want you to find 5 minutes, and then I want you to ask yourself what you need, okay? I know that sounds ridiculously simple, but when is the last time you stopped and just thought about, what do I need to do right now? What do I need to eat? Do I need to take a break? Do I need to rest? Do I need to lay down? Do I need to get up? Do I need to move my body? Do I need a glass of water? It could be any of those things. Do something that will make you feel good, and you might have to get in touch with what you want, because maybe you've never asked yourself before what you need or what you want, and it might take a little while to hear the answer, but you'll get it. Keep asking yourself, what do I need right now? And then I want you to do it, okay? Number 2, I want you to nourish yourself. Actually feed your body real food 1 time per day, okay? So I'm not going to tell you what to eat. I'm not going to tell you when to eat. I'm not going to tell you any of that for right now. I want you to simply ask yourself, are you nourishing your body? And which meal could you nourish your body? Which meal could you commit to nourishing your body today. So is it breakfast? Is it lunch? Is it dinner? Whichever, it can be any one of those. But have you noticed that you're racing through the day and you never stop to eat? Or you're eating on the run, or you're feeding your kids first, or you're eating lunch while you're at a work meeting. That is going to be a really hard way to nourish your body. So I want you to pick one meal for the day. You can do it today. You can also schedule your meal for tomorrow, whatever one you want it to be. Pick a meal and feed yourself. Nourish your cells with food, okay? I want you to sit down and eat an actual meal, okay? Go, you can do it. Okay. Number 3, I want you to find your people. I want you to find your community of people who will support you. Now, you might have a lot of friends. I have a lot of friends. I know a lot of people, and if I want to have somebody support me, I could probably call one of my friends, or I could meet up with a couple of gals, or I could go someplace to a yoga class and find a community to support me. But here's the thing. My friends aren't doing the same things that I'm doing. My yoga friends are amazing, but they don't understand what my life is like with my kids and my family and my husband and my dogs. And I have lots of different people in my life, but I'm not sure that any of them are going to give me the support that I need. And that might be the case for you as well. So when you're trying to make changes in your life, when you're trying to shift little by little into a new space of holistic health, of your healthy living, so that you have more energy, so that you feel good in your body, so you feel bright and energetic in how your mind works, and you feel like you're aging gracefully, you might need to find your people. And what I mean by that is find a community of people who are working in the same direction as you. Now, I'm going to tell you, I have that community for you. I have that community inside my program, and I'm going to tell you more about that in a few minutes. But I want you to recognize that you might need something besides an app that you're following, or an email that you get every day, or a TV show that you watch, or an online class that you're taking. You might need something that's a little bit more than that. You might need a support system and a community of people who have similar health goals to you. And you might not have the same goals, but you know that you want to be better, you want to feel better, and you want to live your best life. So I'm going to tell you about that community that I have coming together, that you could join us. But the most important thing is that you find someone to support you on this journey of health. Okay, so I want to tell you a little bit about who I work with, okay? So I work mostly with women, and I want to work with women who are trying to feel better, to eat better, to balance their hormones, to have strong digestion, to age gracefully, and be the best that they can be, okay? Now, there are 3 different phases that I see as we're going through our life as women, as a family, having a family, or having a spouse, or having a honey, or having a big career. All of those things might overlap and go together. But mostly, we're busy women who are trying to find balance. And balance is possible. Your body is amazing. It knows how to heal. It knows how to find balance. Balance is the way that we stay healthy, okay? A lot of people will say balance is not possible. Yes, it's always in flux. The world is always moving. The moon is always moving around the world. And so it might seem that we can never actually have balance, but it has to be. It's the only way that we can be healthy, is if we're constantly trying to maintain this balance in our ecosystem and in our microbiome, which has to do with your digestion, which has to do with your immunity, which has to do with your hormones, which has to do with the food you're eating, which has to do with how you're sleeping. It has to do with how you're moving your body and how you're managing your stress. So are you starting to see how this whole big picture comes together? Okay, so back to who do I work with? I remember in my 40s having young kids. I was very physically active, but I was burning the candle at both ends. I had a catering business. I had young kids who were very super active, and I had a lot going on at the same time. I was kind of taking care of myself. I was eating pretty well. I was going to yoga a couple times a week. But outside of that, I was working a lot in my catering business, which was also very physical. but I didn't give myself a lot of rest. I was kind of going all the time and never slowing down. So this is when I was in my 40s. This is when you begin the perimenopausal phase of your reproductive life. So you're probably already had babies. I'm talking about in your 40s, or maybe you've just had a baby, but you're in perimenopause. And this is when your hormones start to shift very slowly. But this is when you might start to feel some symptoms of perimenopause. Now, I wish that I had started up-leveling my health at that time, because if I was paying attention, I would have given myself so much more grace and so much more time and so much more fun, and stopped being so hair on fire, burning the candle at both ends. So if you're in your 40s and you're trying to get a grip on how to manage your perimenopause now, great idea. I'm going to help you figure out how to do that through food, stress management, energy, and rest, okay? The next group of women I work with are women in their 50s, and I'm in my 50s now. And my kids are a little bit older, and so my work is not as physical as it was before, and I'm not taking care of my kids in such a physical way, and perhaps that is the case for you, but I'm in a deeper level of menopause now. I'm right on the edge where I'm experiencing all the menopausal symptoms. Now, if I had taken a little bit better care of myself in my 40s, my menopause experience would probably be a little bit easier. But now I'm doubling down on my health, my self-care, and my health and my wellness through, like I said, the 4 pillars: food, stress management, energy, and sleep. And so in our 50s, we can healthfully and easily go through the menopausal transition without having to do anything extreme, and without having to gain 50 pounds and not sleep and have night sweats and all those things. So we're going to work on that together. It's daily lifestyle choices. It's simple selection of things. It's eating foods that support your body and managing your stress so that you manage the cortisol levels, you manage your blood sugar levels, your insulin response, and that way you manage your digestion better and your immunity. And we also talk a lot about your lymphatic system, which is this magical system that helps heal your body. So we find that beautiful balance of movement and energy that doesn't wear you out or burn you out or stress you out, but helps keep things moving so that your hormones can be balanced as you go through this transition. Now, the third group that I think can also definitely benefit from this work is in our 60s. And now you're probably postmenopausal. You've gone through all of those changes. Your kids perhaps are young adults. They might even be having their own kids. Maybe they have a job now. They're living on their own. And so your life has changed pretty drastically. You have more time and space to take care of yourself, but maybe you don't know where to start or you don't know what to do. And your goal is to be strong and active and to age gracefully so that you feel good and you have energy to do all the things in your life that you've always wanted to do, and now you have the time. So women in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, mostly family women who have kids and they want to be an example. You want to be an example for your kids. And I'll tell you, many of my clients are asking me how they can help their adult children because they've moved into an apartment or they're in college and now they're having stomach issues. They're having digestive issues. The levels of stress and anxiety are very high after what we've gone through over the last couple of years, the last several years. And stress is totally different for our kids now, especially these young adults going out into the world and they don't know what to eat to feel better, and they have a really hard time with stress management because of social media, and there's never a turn off button. And so I have a lot of moms who are wanting to help their adult kids feel better too. So that this program is great for that as well. Okay, so let me tell you about the program. It's called the Healthy Gut Happy Hormone System. And I'm not going to tell you a whole lot about it now. You can read about it on my website, but there's these different sections of the program to support you. So we have a very strong educational piece that you can enjoy whenever it works for you. It's there for any time that you can pop in and watch a video, or you can read some information. You can learn so much about your body, how your body works, also ideas for managing stress, also ideas for what to eat and how to balance your hormones, how to reduce inflammation, how to balance your blood sugar. It's all in there. There's a beautiful there's 8 modules, and each one of them have these educational components. Then there's the one-on-one support where you and I get to meet one-on-one so we can get really specific with your goals and what you want to do and how we can fine-tune, because we know that there is not any program out there that is going to help everyone. Everyone needs their own individual success story. Everyone needs their own individual transformation. And everyone needs to figure out what their journey is going to look like, and it's going to be different. Every single person's journey is going to be different. So we meet one-on-one so that we can embrace that and we can come up with a plan that's very specific to you. Now, the third part of the program is my absolutely favorite part that I was talking to you about earlier, is our community. We meet every week as a group for all of us to get together, and it's your chance to ask questions and get answers and find out what other people are working on. If you want to share that, you don't have to share that. You can just show up and come along for the ride. But it's just beautiful, the conversations that we're having inside the community with each other, and we can support each other. And when you're trying to make changes, even if you don't have a direct connection with somebody in the group, you know that the community that is there to support you. And when you know other people are working on the same things that you're doing, then you just feel this amount of support that is there for you, and you know that other people are doing it. Steph is doing it. I know that if I need to reach out to Steph anytime, you can, to get the support that you need, and you can show up inside the community to be encouraged and to get some consistency going. That's another thing that is so hard about making changes, is keeping consistent and doing it over time so that you can feel your results and have success. That is one of the things that is so hard. It's about dieting or making changes. We'll do it for a little while, but then we fall off the wagon or we don't continue, even though we know it makes us feel better. The community helps you be consistent. We meet every week, and it will help us get through the holidays, and you get access to the community calls for an entire year. And I just want you to know the educational component is available to you for the lifetime of the program. Once you're in, you have that to back you up for years to come. It will always be there for you to go back and watch it again and again. And you might do one module per week. You might do one module per month. And you might want to go back and revisit the same modules over and over again until you find that sense of balance that you're looking for. Okay, friends, thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope that you feel good about making positive changes in your life. And let's review really quick those 3 things that you can do to feel better today. Is number 1, choose you. When can you choose you? When can you give yourself 5 to 30 minutes to ask yourself exactly what you need, and then do it? Okay, number 1, choose you. Number 2, which meal can you nourish yourself today? Is it going to be breakfast, lunch, or dinner? When can you sit down, eat some really good food, and nourish your body, every cell, so that you have energy all day long, okay? If you feed your body food, you will have more energy, okay? And it will help you manage your stress response and blood sugar and all that really good stuff. Okay, number 3, find your people. Find your support group, find a friend, someone who will lift you up and make you feel good and support you in making changes. And know that I have a community for you to join. I would love for you to join our community as part of the Healthy Gut and Happy Hormone System. I know you want to feel better, and I know you want to be around people who are going to support you and lift you up. I would love to see you there. The first step is to set up a call. So Go to my website, set up a call, let's get it on the calendar. You'll meet with either me or someone from my team, and we're gonna talk about your healthy goals and what you're looking for, how we can support you. And we wanna welcome you into this community so you have the 4 pillars of your holistic health and wellness. Good food, good energy that lasts all day for everything that you wanna do, deep, restful sleep to help you repair, and stress management so that you are not burning the candle at both ends, and that you feel better and you feel in control so that you can be the best example to your family, to your kids, to your honey, but mostly so you can be the best version of yourself that you want to be. I'm so happy you were here again. Thank you so much, and I will see you very soon.